What's up everyone, this is Super Marcel and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 2. That's a cool shot. That's a pretty cool shot right there. In the last episode, we tried to get the Therizinosaurus, but it took so much steps just to simply even come close to getting the Therizinosaurus. So we needed to do multiple research into getting like deeper amber mine levels, which required that we get a satisfaction rise, which meant that we had to put down more research towers. But even then, that's not enough. That also meant like we had to make more dinosaurs. So we made, let's see if we can see them. Here we go. We made some more pyroraptors, some purple pyroraptors. We also made some more nude dinosaurs, but not really new to us. Nasutoceratopses that will live with the Dreadnoughtus. And speaking of which, Dreadnoughtus itself has a second, one of their own. Let me just quickly just do this. Add a bit more tool fiber. There we go. So yeah, so we've got two Dreadnoughtuses, a couple of Nasutoceratopses, and hopefully now we should be able to get Therizinosaurus. We got the fossil markets. We gotta get more DNA. Don't know if I can. Oh wait, we do have it actually. Sorry, but can we actually make it yet? No. So we still need to get more Therizinosaurus remains, which it's annoying, but whatever. We're close to having it fully done. So yeah, so I'm assuming that we will get Therizinosaurus in this episode. It's gonna be here. I think 2 is good enough, maybe 3, but I don't know. And perhaps maybe while we work on the Therizinosaurus, we should maybe also consider working with the Giganotosaurus as well as possibly the T-Rex. Now, what we would actually do with said dinosaurs, I'm not too sure. Since they're both giant theropods, I think that we need to make it like a kind of special, make it not really look that much like an enclosure per se, but more so like its own, like something special, something that stands out. So what I'm thinking per se is that we have, but at the same time, we got to consider this as another thing, is that we don't want to oversize the enclosure. We do have I do have a tendency to make gigantic enclosures, and the dinosaurs, they're not, compared to the enclosure, they're not that big. But on the other side of things, I guess you can also consider that perhaps, seeing as how they are, a lot of space is always a good mindset to really any animal. But I'm not sure. But I'm thinking perhaps with the I'm assuming Tyrannosaurus and Giganotosaurus are gonna be we're gonna have Tyrannosaurus in this game, maybe. So what I'm thinking is perhaps it'll be like a double enclosure. So we'll have like they're connected in a way. It's just juke. It's not gonna be here. Maybe this area will be an enclosure for a completely different dinosaur further down the line. But for now, I'm thinking like, let's say Giganotosaurus one side, Tyrannosaurus on the other side. And then they'll be like, they can't attack each other because of the fencing, but they'll be like, they could see each other. They'll be glaring at each other here and there. It's just like, I'll come for you type of way. Okay. So let's see what we can do here. And you know what? I think I might multitask as well and just actually research the DNA for the Giganotosaurus. It's gonna be quite fun when we do get the Giganotosaurus, because I don't think, no, we haven't gotten Giganotosaurus on either game, so this will be the first time we ever get it, so it's gonna be fun. There we go. And let's say we'll have a whole lot of trees. Like there's a clear line. There's a like this area right here. No trees. So that way, it's like a clear standoff between the two. Here we go! New complete genome, Therizinosaurus. Alright. Hold on, let's quickly have a look. So what can we do with their colors? Oh, we got a couple good variations of color. So obviously there's the movie colors. Blue, purple, green, red. I reckon they would all look really pretty with these colorations. But of course we're going with the movie skin. Let's see. Okay, that's good. Alright. Now, yeah. They're not cheap, which is to be expected, but oh well. Alright, let's do this. Now, how many do we have at batch? Oh, a batch size of 1. Right, okay. So like I said, I think I'll get 2 or 3 is a good size for Therizinosaurus. Maybe just 2 though. Because, you know, they're not... They're quite... Yeah. There's something. There's something else, you know. Like, I don't think Therizinosaurus would have lived in herds. Maybe they might have lived in pairs, you know? Like a monogamous pair to raise the children. But not herds. I don't think... They're too large and too well defensive to truly live in herds. But, yeah. I wonder, bloody the Giga. Does that DNA need to be 100%? I'm going to assume not, because Dreadnoughtus didn't need to have 100%. I'm assuming because it's not a DLC dinosaur, the Giganotosaurus, that it's not going to need to be 100% to get the DNA. I will ask quickly though. Please tell me that the DNA for Therizinosaurus does not need to be 100% on any of the other game modes. Please tell me that this is only a Biosyn DLC thing. Because if it does turn out that I need this DNA to be 100% on everything else, that's going to be annoying and confusing. Like, why is Therizinosaurus the only dinosaur in the entire game that needs it to be 100%? I know it's cool and all, but like, come on. Anyways, let's have a look. So what do we got? Skittish, social, and long-lived. Okay. Chance to panic. And less dominance. That's not that bad, actually. Alright, let's get it. It's $2 million for a single one. But hopefully we got yet cheaper synthesis. So just a little bit less that we need to spend. But that's only on one. Far out. Okay. And it's 8 minutes until they get out. Far out. Alright. Yeah, we're at that stage now where we're getting high tier dinosaurs and stuff. And like nothing is cheap. How do they get... Oh, do they go through here? No. What? How do they get in? There's a part in the movie where the dinosaurs are like here, you know, and this is like close to the end, and the dinosaurs are out here doing dinosaur stuff. But like, how did they get in? Did they come through here? That doesn't make sense, because then, what? Hold on, so this is a normal doorway. Or what's the biggest doorway here? It's like this area. Now compare that space to Dreadnoughtus. They're way bigger. That makes no sense at all. Oh. Alright! Finally! Here we go! So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here is... Hold on. Okay, yep. Therizinosaurus. And... yeah, medicate them. Alright. Here is Therizinosaurus. Too bad the bloody research complete is in the way. Here we go. Let me just quickly do this. So, this is, everyone, is Therizinosaurus. They are a very confusing dinosaur to talk about, but I'll talk about the basic stuff, the obvious stuff. So they are theropods they are the rare occasion where theropods are herbivores, for starters. You know, generally, if you have any usual idea about theropod dinosaurs, the general consensus is that most of them are carnivores, because, you know, that's obvious facts. You know, most of them are indeed carnivores. You know, you got stuff like you know, Tyrannosaurs and the Dromaeosaurs and whatnot, and you know, they're all carnivores. But Therizinosaurus is the rare group of dinosaurs where they break the stereotype, and that these guys are indeed actually herbivorous instead of carnivorous, you know? So these guys, they feed on plants and whatnot instead of being, you know, hunters, and that's really cool, you know? And now they're at 100% comfort. Hell yeah. And we'll probably make a second one to you know, make it cool and stuff. Where are you off to? Now, in terms of their evolution, Therizinosaurus are confusing. I'll talk about the complex evolution stuff later. I want to address the most intriguing part about them. So these claws, these are real. You know, these are the most infamous part about them is that they have these large, massive claws. I can't remember. Is it 3 meters long? Or is that something else that I'm thinking about? I don't know. They got very long fingers, pretty much, finger claws. And these can be used for a variety of different things. You know, the mainstream media shows them as defense, which I'm sure they did use them as like a weird Wolverine type defense mechanism. But, you know, they also would have been highly useful for feeding. You know, to grasp onto a plant and to feed it through their little long-necked beaked mouth. This is nice little grooming animation. That's nice. And yeah, they would have picked up, like, you know, it's the best way to talk about it. It's like a sloth. They're basically a lot like sloths. You know, they hold on to a branch with their long fingers, and they chew, they eat, and it's really helpful, and it's really cool, it's really unique, you know. Now, in terms of their evolution, gotta talk about their complex evolution and stuff. They are rather complex and confusing to talk about. We can't necessarily say where in the dinosaur branch that they are, except that they are definitely theropods. So, you know, two-legged, three-toed dinosaurs. So stuff like Tyrannosaurus and Dromaeosaurus and blah, 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 right? Now, the general idea is that so far it seems that somehow these dinosaurs are related to Maniraptorans. And Maniraptorans, to say the least, are pretty much the more smaller feathered dinosaurs. So stuff like Microraptor and maybe Dromaeosaurus? Is Dromaeosaurus in Maniraptor categories? I'm not too sure. But yeah, they are considered Maniraptors, Therizinosaurs. And you know, you see all the feathering covering and stuff, and I guess it kind of makes sense. The Therizinosaurus most definitely was a heavily feathered dinosaur, but I'd say a bit more feathered than this. This is like a small like light covering almost. Unless if I kind of zoom in, actually, that it's more obvious the feathering. It's kind of like an emu, but like Therizinosaurus feathering. Especially the tail was very bushy. In fact, Therizinosaurus, if I remember correctly, is one of the rare few dinosaurs where they do actually have their tail dragging on the floor, you know, instead of being held up like this guy is, you know. But yeah, they're very rather upright. They use the necks to reach branches and stuff, and I pretty much said everything I needed to say about Therizinosaurs. They're very unique, cool dinosaurs. Yeah, definitely should consider getting a second one. Maybe a red one. I think a red Therizinosaurus would look really cool. But yeah, I'm glad we finally got these guys. These guys are awesome dinosaurs. Yeah, super cool. Right, so I guess now we should work on the Giganotosaurus. How much have we recorded actually? 29 minutes. We can do more. Right. Let's get that Giga. I guess we'll send some. Did we research the Giganotosaurus quickly? Pretty sure we did. We did. Okay, so we'll just send some fossil markets to get Giganotosaurus remains. It's easier to get Giganotosaurus than Therizinosaurus. That's kind of wow. All right. Yeah, and perhaps while we get the Giganotosaurus, let's say we'll see if we can somehow, you know, get another Therizinosaurus. What can I? Oh, I can work with the. Oh yes, hold on. Yeah, let's get some of this stuff. Well, let's work with this. Let's make this enclosure all swampy and stuff with the logs. I was really hoping that it would be these trees, these plants. Yeah, look at that. Now that's a swamp if I've ever seen one. Yeah. Another fun stuff about Therizinosaurus. I can tell you about where it was found, actually, because I actually know where Therizinosaurus was found. And maybe I'll even talk about other Therizinosaurs. So, Therizinosaurus was found in Namek, the Namek Formation. And that's cool and fun to know because the Namek Formation is actually surprisingly really diverse in their dinosaurs. There's a lot of dinosaurs in the Namek Formation. For those that don't know, the Namek is in Mongolia. It's in Asia. And heaps of different infamous dinosaurs are found there. You got Velociraptor, a Tarbosaurus. Let's see, what else was found? There's a Pachycephalosaur found there called Prenocephale, Cychania, and Ankylosaur. Let's see. I think there was a sauropod called Nemegtosaurus, Protoceratops, heaps of different dinosaurs. Dinocairus as well, which is a dinosaur similar to Therizinosaurus, but not quite a Therizinosaur. Dinocairus was more of a large, pelican-esque ornithomimosaur, you know, which that's another thing to also think about. Is Therizinosaur another variation of ornithomimosaurs? I mean, they got similarities. They got the similar body structure, you know, but they don't have the hands and stuff. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why Therizinosaurus and ornithomimids are considered different dinosaurs, especially when you look at dinosaurs like Dinocairus and see how it's a complete, like, very similar to body structure-wise to Therizinosaurus. But I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? How about that for a good view, huh? Hey, guests? See it right there. Giant Therizinosaurus. Don't care? Well, why are you here then? Still find it weird that we're not getting Quetzalcoatlus in this DLC for some reason. No, especially like since Quetzalcoatlus is in the movie. It didn't do much in the movie, but it was definitely in the movie. It made the plane crash. I feel like that's important.
Acknowledging asset collection request.
Okay, can we make the Giga? We can! It's in the movie. Let's have a look. So, yeah, we want the movie Giganotosaurus, which is good. Alright. You know what? We'll make the feeders, like, close to each other. So that they're, like, eyeing each other down. Oh, man. This is actually such a unique and idea for an enclosure, actually. Yeah. Nocturnal, prefers to sleep in the day. I can live with that. Now they are, they are quite expensive though. Oh my god, what the hell happened? The galleys are dying out.
Asset
Oh
transportation
man.
in progress.
Alright. Well then I guess I'm gonna have to make a new batch of Gallimimuses then.
Commencing asset transit.
Do we have Gallimimus? Thankfully we do. Alright, what's a skin that we haven't seen? Pattern? Ooh. Mangrove. What? Yeah, let's get Lepompo River.
Asset has been collected.
Okay. Let's have a look at these Gallimimuses first. See what their green coloration looks like.
Delivery has been completed.
Can we have a closer look? They just look like normal Gallimimuses. Aw. That's a little disappointing. Oh well. Okay. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here is Giganotosaurus. Yeah, the movie one too. Which is cooler than the game one. Hey, big guy. I like the hill. The hill gave it a nice camera angle too.
That's it. I think we've done all we can. We've optimized the compound as much as possible. It can support everything you wanted. The choice is all yours.
Well, ours. The choice is ours.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna second that, really.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you two. It would be foolish of me not to include you in what happens next. We don't want any missteps.
You know, I'd like to see what this facility is really capable of.
Me too. I think it can handle more dinosaurs.
Well, I know we can.
I'm proud of you both. This is Biosyn at its best.
Any dinosaurs we still need in the facility?
Let me check the research.
We've got to make sure we get them all. This is too great an opportunity to miss.
I mean, for the dinos and for us. With all that's happening, we still want to keep an eye on our dinosaur visibility and comfort ratings.
Agreed. Let's keep them on target.
Alright. So I guess now we just go wild, pick whatever dinosaurs we want. And I got some ideas. Right, so here, this everyone is Giganotosaurus. This is an apex predator that lived in the Cretaceous period. It is a South American dinosaur. So this is once again another dinosaur that lived with titanosaurs and whatnot. So, and they are part of the Giganotosaurus, you know, which are these humongous, long-faced, but yet narrow predators with serrated, sharp teeth. And it's really cool. The Giganotosaurus is one of the more infamous ones than Giganotosaurus, but I think it is. They keep saying it's the largest terrestrial predator. I gotta check if that's accurate. But back at my time, yeah, this guy was the largest one. This is the largest of the theropod dinosaurs. But they're still really cool. I really like this crocodilian-like skin. You know, I actually really like the skin of the Giganotosaurus in the movie. You know. I think, don't get me wrong, I've seen the game version of the Giganotosaurus, and that skin color, let me speak, that skin, that version, does look cool, but I still prefer this one, you know. Of course, it's not fully accurate. I feel like these little spines is a bit much. It has a weird hump shape to it, you know, which of course doesn't, for this dinosaur, it doesn't. But there is actually a dinosaur that is like Giganotosaurus and does actually have that hump feature. But for now, it's not in the game. It's called Concavenator. They have that strange hump shape, and they are also Giganotosaurs, but they're quite dwarfed Giganotosaurs actually. They're a lot more smaller than Giganotosaurus, you know. Yeah, they're pretty cool. You know, they got their teeth are serrated, so you know they're like knives. So whereas T-Rex is specialized in crushing bone in a single bite, Giganotosaurus is good at, you know, cutting their meat. You know, that's what specializes them than compared to the Tyrannosaurs. You know, I got nothing else to say, but still they're really cool. I will actually quickly say though, something that I've noticed that these guys are doing that is a very infamous thing said about dinosaurs in the Jurassic World stuff, is that their arms are prognated actually. Well, they're facing the right direction. They're facing inwards, kind of like a hug, instead of like, you know, forwards towards us like the Velociraptors and T-Rexes that you see commonly. That's a nice attention to detail, I guess, because they're going for a more accurate version of the dinosaur, you know. But you know, it's not, like I said, it's not fully accurate. It's all got this weird little crocodile skin. But that's another thing to think about when it comes to dinosaurs, about feathers and scales. You know, with dinosaurs like Giganotosaurus, I am not quite too sure whether or not they definitely were feathered. You know, they were definitely most of the general consensus is that most theropods are feathered, but with dinosaurs like Giganotosaurus and other Giganotosaurus, it's a lot more difficult to prove. I guess it's because they're southern region dinosaurs, where it's probably a lot more hotter. You know, so they wouldn't have really any need to have feathers, so they probably would have been scaled like this. Yeah, really cool. And now the Stegosaurs are dying, so I guess I gotta get rid of those guys, to get a new batch of those guys as well. Right, so what can we do to get more dinosaurs? Well, for starters, we can look at getting another Therizinosaurus. I think getting another Therizinosaurus would be good. And I'm also thinking about getting a Tyrannosaur over here. Let me quickly also have a look at the roster of dinosaurs we can get. So let's see. So we can't get Velociraptor if we wanted to. We gotta get Dilophosaurus. Dilophosaurus is in the movie. We have to get these guys, you know? Let's see. Baryonyx, Allosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Carnosaurus, Sinoceratops, Compsognathus. So pretty much all dinosaurs that we have gotten in the past. None of these really stand out as new. So we don't... I don't know. But I definitely think that this park would be fitting to have another Tyrannosaur. And this park would be fitting to have Dilophosauruses. I feel like these two dinosaurs are definite dinosaurs we need to get. We're going to need to increase the DNA of Stegosaurus because the Stegosauruses are dying out. We got to repopulate these guys now, you know. And we probably says this is probably the same thing for all of them, really. We might need to get more. We get DNA for Apatosaurus and Kylosaurus and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I think we'll go for the cheaper ones, the ones that we can afford more, because you know I have been spending a lot of money on this episode, and you want to slow down that process a bit. So maybe we can get focused on getting Dilophosauruses. Maybe I can get away with getting like one more Therizinosaurus. But otherwise, after that, we just gotta keep it slow. Go for the less expensive ones. So Dilophosaurus seems like a good choice next. You know, I think like here, it would be a good Dilophosaurus enclosure. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think, yeah, now's a good time to end. So yeah, we did pretty good. We got the Giganotosaurus and we got the Therizinosaurus. And next time we just gotta focus on getting the rest of the dinosaurs for Biosyn Jurassic World. Can you even call it Jurassic World? That seems like an InGen thing. What would Biosyn call this place? Dinosaur history. I don't know. Yeah, right on. So if you guys enjoyed the video, click the like button. If you want to see more, click the subscribe button. And I'm Super Marcel. Make sure you have a super time. Bye bye.